The Nintendo 3DS. Yes, I love this console. Yes, it's old, but it's still great. And yes, the eShop closed down. Sad. Very sad. But I'm still here to talk about my favorite Nintendo 3DS games. This is, in fact, part 2, and if you didn't see the last one, well, you should probably go and check that out. I'll have a link in the description below for you to check that out. But all the same, I wanted to talk about 8 more beautiful Nintendo 3DS games that are definitely my favorite on this platform because I love the Nintendo 3DS. So are you ready? Let's do this. The first game I'm probably actually going to use for my thumbnail, Fire Emblem Fates. This one is Conquest. Now, there are other ones, right? There's Birthright, and there's the whole DLC campaign, which I don't know if you can get that anymore now that the Nintendo 3DS eShop is closed because it was DLC only, so you can ignore that, but you can still get the physical version. Now I will say this though, I liked Fire Emblem Awakening probably the most out of all the Fire Emblem games that I played on my Nintendo 3DS. However, if one of these games had to be remastered for the Nintendo Switch or its successor, I would say I would choose Fates because like I said, there's a lot more content. You get 2 technically complete games with Fates between the 2 3DS games plus that DLC campaign. So there's a lot of bang for your buck there, and if they were to remaster this anytime, that would be actually pretty cool. Please, Nintendo? Next game is a game that actually released originally on the Wii U, but it came out with more content on the Nintendo 3DS, and that is Poochy and Yoshi's Woolly World, not to be mistaken by Yoshi's Woolly World on the Wii U, which I absolutely love and is one of my favorite Wii U games of all time. I also happen to love Poochy and Yoshi's Woolly World because it has Poochy and it's so freaking cute. All on my Nintendo 3DS, and you get all those extra Poochy level goodness. That's so good. It's so good. Plus all of the amiibo functionality works too, so all those fun amiibos that you used to collect that you probably don't anymore, that used to give you awesome cool Yoshi costumes, also work for the Nintendo 3DS version, so it's technically the superior version compared to the Wii U. Kinda weird. Next up is another remaster from the good old N64 days. I think you know where I'm going with this. It's Star Fox 64. You thought it was gonna be Majora's Mask, didn't you? Didn't you? Come on, you knew that. You were thinking that. Come on, admit. No, I'm talking about Star Fox 64. The last really good Star Fox game. Shots fired. And yes, I do stand by that being the case because Star Fox 64 was a phenomenal game on the N64, but I have to admit that this remastered version of it is just as phenomenal. It is awesome. You can actually tilt your 3DS like this to move your arrowing, and it is so freaking cool. The gyro or traditional controls are available in this game. I mean, it's a really good remastered project. I am blown away by how good some of these N64 games turned out for the Nintendo 3DS. So if you haven't had a chance to play the last really great Star Fox game, no, I do not consider Star Fox Assault a great game, nor Adventures. Definitely not Zero. Seriously, this is it, right here. This is what you need, okay? This is what you should be getting. My next game that I want to choose for my favorite Nintendo 3DS games of all time has to be another Shin Megami Tensei game, right? Well, last time I talked about Shin Megami Tensei 4, and this time I'm talking about its other one, Shin Megami Tensei 4 Apocalypse. And do not think they are the same game. No, this is in fact an entirely new campaign just in the same universe, and it is equally as phenomenal as the other one. I don't know which one I like more. Which one's better? I can't talk about this on here because I don't want to spoil anything, but the story in Apocalypse is just... The story in the original is so good. Which one's better? Which one's better? I'm really gonna have to think about that, but in case you were wondering, yes, you need to play it. Really challenging game, a surprising amount of depth to it, collecting the monsters, using them to fight, the decisions you make. There are multiple endings in both of these games. Seriously, Shin Megami Tensei is an awesome franchise. Can't thank my friend enough for introducing me to it, and this is a banger, man. This is one of the best of the best, so you need to get this if you can. It's really expensive. I think it's like $80 now to buy new, so ouch. Now we're gonna talk about the game that you were thinking that it was hinting at before, but it was actually something else. Majora's Mask. Majora's Mask for the Nintendo 3DS is awesome. There were definitely some changes that I can understand people didn't like about it. Like, for example, when you are the Deku and you can't do the power skip through the water, they took that out from this game. You can still get around just fine, though. And I have to admit that while there were some things about it that didn't seem all that great, there was a huge improvement because I felt like they slowed down the time mechanic for the moon to come crashing in and burn everyone into annihilation. They slowed that down even more, which in my opinion made this game even more enjoyable than it already was, because Majora's Mask I always had an issue when I was younger with the time mechanic, but now I feel like I had plenty of time and I had more time to explore and really get to check out what I wanted to check out and didn't have to feel so rushed. It's awesome. It's absolutely awesome. And yes, I'm fully aware about the Song of Time, how if you play it in reverse and whatnot. I'm aware of that mechanic, okay? I played Majora's Mask 3 times over. I'm not an idiot. But I do really like this remastered version on the Nintendo 3DS. I think it's phenomenal. I think it's a really good one. I might like this version better than the original one on the N64, so that's saying something. Up next is the first time I ever played this franchise, and it is from Nintendo, and I've always heard amazing things about it, and now it's nice to be able to say I can confirm that these amazing things I've been hearing are in fact true and valid. And Mario and Luigi Dream Team, what a video game. You know what's crazy about this franchise? I love this game. I love this game. Going into Luigi's conscience, you get to mess around with Luigi. He can literally affect the dream world because you're going into his dreams, right? And then it's also this time action RPG where you literally can die if you mess up your time action commands. There are some boss fights in here that want you to be very much precise, and if you are not, you can seriously almost get one hit killed because they actually bring you a surprisingly good amount of challenge in this game, man. Mario and Luigi Dream Team is awesome, and I'm so glad to have tried this. Now I just need to go back and try all the other ones because now I can finally see what people are talking about. And I hope they remaster all of these ones too, because I don't know if we're ever going to get a new Mario and Luigi game ever again. And then now after playing this, yeah, that's sad. That's a bummer. A true bummer. So if you have the chance, give it a shot. Next up is another RPG. It was one I played, what was it, back in 2014, I want to say? It's been a long time, man, but Bravely Default is a dang good RPG with a dang good story, man. I think the thing that really surprised me about this was they introduced the battle point system where you spend points to do better commands inside the turn-based RPG elements. If you're not familiar with that, or if you've played Octopath Traveler, for example, this is the game I believe that inspired that. I could be wrong, but this is the first time I ever saw anything like that, and it was very, very well done, and a really cool concept idea with a very detailed and very enjoyable story. I'm sorry, I'm using very a lot, aren't I? That's just how it is. It's very, very default. But all the same, this is great. This is really cool. Bravely Default 2 is also out on the Nintendo Switch, so if you want to try that one instead of this one, I don't know, man. I feel like that you should definitely try this. There's also Bravely Second on the Nintendo 3DS, also pretty fun. I like Default better personally, but all the same, give it a shot. That's pretty dang cool. I know this is pretty expensive now. I think this is like 65 bucks. Gosh. Dude, Nintendo 3DS is already becoming very, very collectible. Collectors type of thing, and that sucks too. Okay, so this last game is a game that I've been trying to convince anybody to play, and I can't get anybody to try this amazing masterpiece of a video game, which is actually a franchise now, because now there are 3 in the series, and that's Theatrhythm Final Fantasy. Seriously, this is an amazing game with an amazing art style, and the rhythm mechanics of this are phenomenal. Plus you get to go back and you get to play all sorts of awesome jams throughout the history of Final Fantasy packed into one punch. And what's even better is there's a sequel to this game on the 3DS called Theatrhythm Final Fantasy Curtain Call, and it's just as good if not better! Why isn't nobody playing this game? I think the worst thing about this, right, is the fact that there's now a Theatrhythm Final Fantasy game on the Nintendo Switch, and I've been playing it. It came out this year, and it's so fun. It's just as good as these games. I'm sorry if I sound a little stressed, man. I can't get anybody to play them. I can't get anybody to try them. Nobody seems interested because they're thrown off by the art style, which, by the way, is awesome. I don't understand why people don't like the chibi art style here. It works so well with the game. It's really good. It's really, really freaking good. It's stupid good. It has no business being good. There isn't a bad Theatrhythm game. All of them, I will argue, are 9 out of 10 games, if not better. You need to try it. Just give it a try. You know what sucks? Last year, this game on the 3DS was only $10 online. You could find it for 10 bucks. I don't know what it costs now, but it was only $10 online because nobody was trying it and nobody was playing it. So if there's any of these games that you want to try that's a hidden gem, this is it right here. Theatrhythm Final Fantasy. Please get on it. Please. There's a guy outside my window with a long ladder. I don't know if you can hear him, but I can. Thank you for that. And there you have it, guys. I better get out of here so the guy with the ladder doesn't keep interrupting my freaking recording. But here we are. 8 more of my favorite Nintendo 3DS games, and thank you so much for taking the time to watch this. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like, subscribe to my channel, all that good stuff, man. I just do what I want to do. Just wanted to have a opportunity to share with you guys my love of video games. So thank you so much for that, and I'll see you on the next one. I am Bradley Overrated, out like a trout, and I will see you later. Theatrhythm. Play that. Please. Someone just try it. You won't regret it. It's dang good.